Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Peace, y'all. Live. Welcome to the Kam-Pain Show live. Late freight edition. A little late. Wednesday, April 9th. You see the title. Sale on C.Silver. I can't go into it too much, but you see on the screen. It's my website. It's also, let me put this link in the chat. Gotta be kind of discreet about it. But I'm running a sale. Just started the sale, big sale running right now. So just letting y'all know that be able to take advantage. Big sale on C.Silver. Won't go into the C because I'm not a medical person, healthcare professional, or nothing like that. Don't make no medical claims. But I do have on my website on this product that's on sale right now today. Some little peer review published information if you're interested in it. Salute, King Z, salute, Lamar Jabril, salute. And I'm kind of talking a little cold language, but you can see it. And I'm keeping certain things from showing up for the first couple of minutes on purpose. What is C.Silver? C.Silver is the result of an electromagnetic process that pulls microscopic particles from a larger piece of silver into a liquid such as water. As tiny particles, the silver can more easily penetrate and travel throughout such and such. C.Silver works great as a catalyst, disabling the enzyme that all one cell bacteria, fungi, and those other critters use for their oxygen metabolism. In short, it suffocates the bad guys. Unlike with anti-robotics, silver resistant strains have never been known to develop. In other words, they don't, strains have never been known to develop a resistance to it. In fact, the anti-robotics are only effective against perhaps a dozen forms of bacteria and fungi, but never the V's, because no known dis-ease causing organism can live in the presence of even minute traces of the chemical element of metallic silver. C.Silver is effective against more than 650 different dis-ease causing pathogens. This is peer-reviewed, published scientific journal information. This is not CAM or nothing like that. Thompson of the Runcorn Health Laboratory in England reports the concentration of silver necessary to sterilize water contaminated with pathogenic bacteria is between 0.04 and 0.20 parts per million. UCLA Medical Center has reported that C.Silver such and such attenuated every V that was tested in the lab. Dr. Hen, that's right there. Attenuated, I'm just using that. Attenuated every V that was tested in the lab. Dr. Henry Crook, speaking on C.Silver, states, I know of no microbe that is not attenuated in laboratory experiments in 6 minutes. Dr. Harry Margraf of St. Louis states, C.Silver is the best all around such and such we have. And y'all can do your research and find out what dates those were, what year that was that they said that stuff in. C.Silver says the following is a partial list of more than 650 issues that C.Silver has been known to be used successfully against. And I'm not gonna name them off. I'm just gonna highlight them. You know what I'm saying? So you can see what that's about. And then how I personally, feed my plants, because it's plant food is very good plant food. So how I personally feed this to my plants, my personal plant, is I personally will give them a few maybe tablespoons for daily maintenance. But if it looks like my plants is coming down with something, then I give them a whole bottle at one time, and then follow it up with at least a quart of water, filtered water or spring water or distilled water afterwards throughout the day. C.Silver is non-toxic. It's a natural mineral element. It is not a such and such. It's not one of those things. It's a natural mineral slash supplement element. So it's really up to the individual how much that you want to give to your plants. Your garden, to help your garden. For whatever reason, whatever issues you might be having with your garden and your plants. Just do your own due diligence, the benefits and applications of it. Do it for yourself, because I'm not a professional gardener, so I don't give gardening advice. But yeah, go to West Coast Cam. I'm running a sale, big sale right now. It's usually like $25. It's down there twice that in the store. It's definitely about 39, 30, maybe $40 or something. I'm not sure what it is now, but my normal price for it is $25, but now it's 17. So take advantage of that, because it's a limited supply, as you will see shortly. So that's the title of this part, but we're gonna get off of that, and I want to get back into some recapping or decapping. Some decapping again. Let me share this screen of my mans in them that I seen today on my Insta Scam news feed, and this is from a man right here, Tazariak, the Hebrew, the Israelite guy. And I'm just really now seeing this. It's a couple of dudes, but I'm just tripping off the says at West Coast Cam. This was 11 hours ago. At West Coast Cam, calling you a demon wasn't emotional. It was the truth. And you so stupid. To the Bible, Elijah challenge was calling fire out of heaven, not cursing someone to deletion. You don't know the Bible at all. must be disturbing you. It must be on your mind. As I knew it was and is, it's gonna be more. It's on more than your mind, because this is just beginning. So Tazariak say, calling you a demon wasn't emotional. It was the truth. And you so stupid. To the Bible, Elijah challenge was calling fire out of heaven, not cursing someone to death. You don't know the Bible at all. You so stupid. And then I see somebody else right here saying, King Alum Takim. I don't know what that is. Al Muntakim. Tazariak is not disrespectful. 33 hours, 4 hours. Tazariak was not disrespectful. He subtly disrespects Islam with a laugh or a joke, and y'all think he's joking, but he's serious, and he's also negatively influencing the viewers against Islam. Stop thinking that because he calls you his brother that he's for you. He's not. He's against you and your God, Master Farah Muhammad. But then he says, will be successful. Brother, that was a stupid challenge. You want to invoke deletion because of theological and intellectual disagreement. West Coast Cam should stop trying to intellectually flex. He's not equipped. Man, I guess we got him talking. But they won't show up. They will 304 up. So I hit him, of course. Whereas not him, I don't even know who that is, but anyway, it ain't really much. I mean, I really can't follow it, but just trying to give y'all an update about that. Because I want it, but if they don't, then what can you do? They call me stupid and you're not equipped and you're a demon and you don't know the Bible and all that old stuff, man. Just show up. So I replied to him like, man, can we get back on? Can we get on live? Like, there ain't nobody, because you know what I'm gonna ask you. You know what I want. You know what I'm gonna ask you for. Let's hear the people, just me and you. Let the people hear your reasoning for not wanting to do it. I don't mind you. You can call me a demon and stupid and all that again. I want to hear it one-on-one. That's all. Just one-on-one. It's easier that way. Ahmad Jabril, salute. Righteous by nature, walaikum salam. Big Adrian X, salute. Big Adrian. Peace. King Z, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. King Z, yeah. Definitely get the take advantage of the sale while it lasts. King Z, that fake, the fake FOI is a trip. I've never seen nothing like it, man. Yeah, it's a lot going on, man. A lot going on. Nate the Greatest, salute. Walaikum salam, Uncle Big Man. I don't get it. They must see the light too. I mean, obviously, I don't, you can't keep on. I can mock him because that's what Elijah was doing. I can mock him for not taking the challenge. I can mock him and call him coward. I would be true. I would be telling the truth, but that's kind of like a waste of time. That'd be me just wasting energy. But if you won't show up, I don't know. It's content. You can get some clicks and views. You can get a few $100 little YouTube check if you run it with me. I don't know if that few $100 YouTube check gonna be worth what's gonna come out of it. But it's all good. It's all bueno. Streets to Vegas. What's up with you? Salute. That was a knockoff version. He can't bootleg that nowhere. Yeah, so yeah, we just back on, man. So y'all see, like I said, I'm just putting that up. The the C.Silver thing. You know what I'm saying? But we can talk about what we wanted to talk about. We can get back on whatever subject y'all want to get on. I'm seeing a lot of real messy stuff on YouTube as usual. Regarding the whole, street, certain street stuff, certain people that's I guess locked up and was trying to get bail. You know what I'm saying? On some, yeah. I'm so much trying to focus on the real enemy, starting with self, the enemy in the mirror, or the enemy inside my bloodstream, and work my way out. But yeah, man. I understand. I understand a little. I don't know. I wish I knew how YouTube. Does YouTube work if you at somebody while you on live? If y'all don't mind liking and share this with any of if y'all know anybody that's talking tough and anti Farrakhan, anti NOI, please share this. Please tell them to come over here right now. Brother Cam wants to get at him live right now. I want to show them something, and I want to show y'all something live. Because I don't get it. I don't see how to convince men to do men things. I just got to do it by example. I got to lead by example. So, but yeah, they be typing up a storm. They'll type up a storm, but nah, they won't show up again. They don't want to talk to me no more. That's why I know friends in the music business. Once you just like Terrence Howard. Y'all seen Terrence Howard? What he said about, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know, did he? But why he say he not into the acting or in entertainment or Hollywood no more. You don't have no friends in that business. I ain't had no friends in the business for 3 decades now. Golden Bear, salute. Ben Ham, Cam Ben Ham. What y'all want to talk about, man? Y'all want to talk about something? I want to talk about what, disagree, agree? Y'all want me to speak on a certain topic? Let's get to it. I just wish, I don't know. Let's see. Because it ain't even about content. Let me see what this other guy looked like. Oh, he's over there on his page. That's why. And this is what this is the original one that brought me out. This is this is the one he said this didn't have nothing to do with me. He said, is Yahweh and Allah the same God according to the Bible? And then his heading was, y'all want to see a dead body? Like on Boys in the Hood. You'll see FOI fall once again, trying to say Allah is the same God as, I guess, the God of the Bible, or what he say. Clearly, my God ain't. Clearly, according to your definition or your interpretation, it ain't. I agree with that. But the God that you claim that's in the Bible is absolutely the same God. But this is what started it with me, and what I responded for. That was why I got involved, because he publicly did that, and I seen, I follow him, so of course it hit my news feed. So when I responded and said, can I get on the live tonight? And he was like, yeah, I guess. I thought it was his live. I didn't know it was Sonetta. So because I was asking him, could I get on? And he was like, I think the way it works is such and such and such. And I'm like, you think the way it works? In my mind, like, what you mean? You think that it's your live, ain't it? But then once I followed the Yellow Brick Road and seen that it was the Sonetta dude podcast, so then I just had to wait my turn and request to get on there live and whatever. And he got me on there. But that's how I got involved. Because you see his advertisement of disrespect, that much you want to see a dead body, and FOIs fall once again. I never seen one fall at all, so not no real one. I don't know where they found this guy that got this FOI uniform on, because I ain't never seen him before. So I'm interested to know how y'all seen him before, and I ain't never seen him before. Kaolin Glass, what's the difference between me paying for a subscription or just watching regular? Paying for what subscription? I'm not sure what you mean. Paying a subscription for what? Digital Soapbox, or are you talking about YouTube, or what do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Asar, build on the Eat to Live book. You would have to give me some specific, Asar. That's too broad. How to Eat to Live is just the dietary law of all of the prophets, especially Moses, as given to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the messenger of Allah in person, God in person, Master Fard Muhammad. So anybody that's ever been familiar with the book called How to Eat to Live, book 1 and 2, book 1 and book 2 by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, it literally says by God in person. By God in person, Master Fard Muhammad. So this is divine revelation given by God in the flesh to Elijah Muhammad. And this is what all members of the Nation of Islam strive to live up to. Some of us are to the law all the way on the dietary law, and some of us is, working our way. Some is weaker than others, but the ones that are all the way disciplined, you see their appearance, you see their health, you see their youthful appearance, you hear how sharp their mind is, all of that. So we stress fasting, eating at least only one meal a day. At most, I should say, at most one meal a day. And then we go for one meal every other day, and then we go for one meal every 2 days. So that would guarantee almost no illness, no sickness, no disease, based on all of the poisons and the contaminants and the toxins that's everywhere in the air and the water and the soil and the food. That type of dietary law, combined with eating the right foods, not the fake food, not the GMO foods. So the best foods, which is small white bean, the small white bean or the navy bean. That's pound for pound the best food for us. Small white navy beans, or small white bean or navy bean is the same bean. Yeah. So that's basically it in a nutshell. Most of the stuff that we grew up on is cattle food, it's animal food, it's not fit for human consumption, or it's just poison, junk food full of chemicals that we ain't supposed to be eating. Yeah, Mars, nice hat. You know my brother Roger, that's dope for sure, for sure. Golden Bear, Simply Wholesome too. What about Simply Wholesome? Simply Wholesome, Slauson, they got a lot of stuff. Righteous by Nature, we start another fast tomorrow. Is it the national fast? Is this the first weekend? Yeah. So anybody that wants to know, the nation eats one meal a day, every day, and then one weekend out of the month. I think it's the first weekend. I thought it was the last. I'm confused. First week out of each month. We do a 3-day fast, no food whatsoever. Just water and maybe some tea or coffee for people that do that work, that need to be, have energy, but no food whatsoever. So what Orthodox Islam calls Ramadan, 30 days of fasting, that's nothing to us. For us, that's a cheat. That's a break, because they still eat all throughout the night, however many meals they want to eat, just for 30 days. But us, we practice one meal a day, period, between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. for life, not just for 1 month called Ramadan. Our whole life is a Ramadan. Whole life is a fast, if that's the case. And that's how we shield ourselves from the tricks and the traps and the poisons and the wiles of Satan and their world and their influence. But yeah, big sale, man. Take advantage of the sale on my website, westcoastcam.com. Westcoastcam.com. And stock up. Stock up while the getting is good. I think it's only like 40, 30 or 40. Not sure. I think it's 40 more left. So stock up when you can, while you can. Let me get this clown show off of there. What else is good? Let me see. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to highlight the drama, the mess. It'd be flat when nobody want to fade. So I didn't let the cat out the bag, so they know what I'm asking for. They know how I'm coming. So nobody wants it. That's right. Righteous by Nature. Hit the like button. Yep. So yeah, y'all just pardon me, man. We just playing it by ear at this point. We just keeping each other company. keeping each other company. You hear me clicking away over here. Ahmad Jabril says, "Is fate a consequence? Is what did you say? Is fate a consequential event, or what's the reason that causes fate?" I'm not sure what you mean by that. Fate. Fate, to my understanding, fate is a a product of the law of cause and effect. So that's a law. That's a universal, divine, natural, mathematic, whatever law. Have nothing to do with belief or feelings. The law of cause and effect. Every effect has a cause, and every cause produces an effect. So fate is, from my understanding, an effect or a result, inevitable result, something that's inevitable, right? I could be wrong, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, it sounds like definitely a consequence of a cause. King Z Sinetta online right now. Well, I know if he online, then he ain't necessarily trying to come over here. But yeah, share the live. Like, let anybody know, whoever, who's online, or if anybody that y'all know, y'all got their handle, y'all got the URL or tag, like tag them and ask them to come over here and get it in with me right quick, one-on-one. I want one-on-ones. DJ X1, peace, Brother Kim. We need to get back to growing our own food like our family in the South did back in the days. Yeah. Yeah. That's why Bill Gates and all these Satans and demons is trying to buy up so much farmland and turn it into GMO ready Roundup BS. The GMO seeds, and because they know that's how you fight the fight. That's the weaponry that we're using. It's not bullets and guns. It's seeds. It's seeds and bioengineering, apparently. DJ X1, and the so-called fruits and vegetables that we buy in our grocery stores that's supposed to be organic are sprayed with something. Yeah, we don't know. Liars is gonna lie. So, you got the FDA, you got the American Medical Association, you got all these people that say certain things is safe and effective. So if people, the last 4 or 5 years that we just went through, and Dr. Fauci and everybody was talking, all of the politicians and law enforcement and medical professionals was saying safe and effective, trust the science, trust the science, trust the science, is safe and effective. Was it? So if people got labels on there that say organic, is it? You know what I'm saying? Surely they're not 100, it's not 100%, but we just got to do our own due diligence. If we know we're not growing our own vegetables and fruits, we're not raising our own chickens and cows and whatever, then we got to do our due diligence and learn and find out where is the most purest, what type of food is the best and the purest if we can't grow our own. So if it's dairy and stuff like that, then it's kosher. The food that the Jewish people eat. That's what we supposed to eat. And you literally got to go to their neighborhoods. You got to go to their neighborhoods and their grocery stores, their farmers markets to get it. Because if you think that you're just gonna go to yours and looking for a sticker that say, whatever kosher, it got a little U or D and all, that's all cap. That's all cap. You still, do your due diligence. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't got the gas or the money to go find, wherever no Jewish community grocery stores is at, then yeah, I mean, you just got to have faith and pray on it, or adjust your diet. Some people are slaves to their diet. They slaves to the food that they like. No, I don't like that. It tastes, so you eating for taste. You're not eating to live. You eating for taste. As long as it tastes good, you with it. It could be full of all of the poisons, all of the parasites, worms. It could be full of plastics and metals and toxins and carcinogenics. But it tastes good, it smells good, and it tastes good. So you eating to die, actually. You're not eating to live, you eating to die because you eating for taste. No, we definitely want our food to taste good. That's why a wife or a chef, is that's her laboratory. Her laboratory is to make healthy food taste delicious. Make it smell delicious, make it taste delicious, and it's healthy for you. And it keeps you preserved. You can tell a lot of people if they got a scientific wife that's a scientist, a magician, scientist in the kitchen with healthy food and fresh vegetables and fresh fruits and fresh herbs and all of that, then their husband and their children gonna be looking fresh. They're gonna be looking youthful and healthy and glowing and athletic and brilliant and sharp. The woman does that. Men can do it too, but the nature of the woman, the role of the woman is to do that, is to reproduce the man and then reproduce him better by keeping his progeny or keeping his legacy healthy and building it stronger than him. But yeah, most of the stuff you're supposed to assume that everything is sprayed. Everything is sprayed. Assume that everything is sprayed. So just learn what to do. Get you some baking soda, you know what I'm saying? Some white vinegar or baking soda and let your fruits and vegetables soak in the baking soda. Just regular Arm & Hammer baking soda. Let your fruits and vegetables soak, or you can, stir it up, shake it up, you know what I'm saying? So any little pesticide residue, any little wax and whatever the fake stuff they got on the outside, a lot of time, most of the fruits and vegetables that I eat now, I peel them. Like if it's an apple, I used to when I was growing up, you just eat the whole apple and what I'm saying, the skin was healthy and all that. I can't trust no skins no more. It's very rarely do I eat skins. You know what I mean? I eat grapes or something like that. Got naturally got that kind of skin on it. But if it's something bigger than that, I'm usually just peeling it. I'm just because I already know the outside of it has been tampered with or sprayed with something. But I always use baking soda or vinegar, white vinegar or apple cider vinegar. But I don't like to waste the apple cider vinegar. I use that to drink. If you got the Mothers or they used to be the best brand, but yeah, I think some white actor girl or that's affiliated with Bill Gates bought Bragg's apple cider vinegar with the Mother. They bought that, and when they bought that, they watered it down, just like somebody bought Fiji water, spring water, artesian Fiji water. They bought that. Now it's all in Walmart, watered down. It's probably faucet water now. So yeah, you just gotta do your own due diligence now with act like everything is sprayed. Act like you can't trust nothing. Eat like you can't trust nothing because you can't. Eat like it's everything got parasites and germs and E. coli and worms and all that. Act like everything got it because most likely it do. It's in the water. You got germs and parasites and all that in the drinking water, in the faucet water. Act like everything got it because most likely it do. Where you think the mold come from? Why do mold pop up so quickly in your shower, in your bathtub? It have to be something in the water, right? The water has to be tainted for mold to pop up, black mold and all that brown mold and all that green mold stuff to pop up that quick. That's something in the water. And that we putting that, on our pores. We putting that on our skin every day. We putting that in our mouth, brushing our teeth. We spitting it out. if we got, if there's any kind of little parasites or worms in the water, microscope, they in your system. So you just got to know how to fight it. Just got to know how to fight it. Righteous by nature, can you give some wisdom on the emerald tablets? I'm not aware. I'm not familiar with the emerald tablets like that. I heard about that. It's supposed to be ancient Kemetic, ancient Sumerian tablets made out of emerald stone or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know nothing about that. I hear a lot of stuff. I done heard a lot of stuff for decades, and until anybody can show up and prove that there's some kind of magic power or activate, you got to prove it to me. I'm from Missouri. I'm a FOI from Missouri. You got to show me and prove it. Show me. I'm from the show me state, and you got to prove it, because you could show me anything. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. You could say it's this, and now you can say it do that, and it means that, and if you do that, it'll do that. Like, now you got to prove it. You show me, and now you got to prove that's what it do. G House, it's the 15,111th year according to Original Man's calendar. If you add the numbers up, you get such and such. Just like if you add 2025, you get 9. Isn't that the number of completion? Yes, I'm not sure if you're talking to somebody else, G House, or you was talking to me. But yeah, we are, if I'm not mistaken, you just accurate, 111. We are 111 years into the final 10,000 years of this 25,000 year cycle. Yep. So according to the Original Man Asiatic calendar of the gods, the 25,000 year cycle, we're in the 15,111th year. That's correct. But it's already completion. You know what I'm saying? It's already completion. We in 111 years of grace. 111 years of grace, because this was supposed to be wiped out in 1914. Safi Ali, peace. Uncle Big Man, damn, you just put me on to the missing link to the once a day eating. Yeah, between 4 and 6. Yeah. Ahmad Jabril, halal markets are not too shabby. Halal markets and kosher markets. So the Jewish food and the halal food. So I don't know how many of us are familiar with certain cities or neighborhoods. If you got a Muslim, like an Orthodox Muslim community, or you got a Jewish, most major cities definitely got a Jewish part of town, Jewish community, where you see them, on Friday or Saturday, and they all black, what I'm saying, with their curly locks and whatever, and they black suits and black dresses, that those neighborhoods, the grocery stores or the markets that they go to, that's where you're going to find the best quality meats, best quality foods. Not saying that it's going to be perfect, but it's going to be far greater quality than the food you get and I get in our grocery stores. I'm eating grapes now. Yeah, grapes, especially dark grapes. The dark purple grapes are excellent. That's mentioned in the Bible and the Quran. That's excellent. Grapes, pomegranates, garlic, ginger, dates, of course, dates. Powerhouse, have you tried Reza Islam's product? No, I haven't. Intellectual Power? No, I haven't tried it yet. If he makes I don't know, is it a anti-parasite product? Because that's what I'm on right now. My intellectual power is pretty stellar already. The enemy I'm against right now, I'm focusing on is demonic little serpents, like called worms, little demonic, little demons, little demon serpent parasite worms. That's what I'm on. So, but yeah, I definitely, if y'all need that intellectual power, then definitely check out Brother Reza Islam. Monique, greetings, peace to you, peace and blessings. God sister in the building. Yeah, we just chopping it up, sharing health tips, sharing health and wellness, nutrition tips. I'm not no medical professional. I don't make medical claims, but I do tell you what I use and what I eat. And if you can appreciate my physical fitness or my health or beauty appearance, then that's what I do. Y'all can go to my Instagram page and see me doing flips and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? At 50 something years old. So I'm still out there. Powerhouse say intellectual power is a 100% herbal supplement that supports the brain and nervous system, immune system, and overall physical function for optimal health. Thank you, Powerhouse. So definitely, and you can put a link or a URL link in the chat, Powerhouse, if you want to let them know how to get it. Put the link in the chat if you don't mind, for anybody and everybody that's interested. DJ X1, if possible, Brother Cam, can you speak on parasites in the pig for people who are pork eaters? If people are still pork eaters, X1, it ain't really much I can say. Anybody over here is probably over 30 years old, over 35 even. And if you over 35, if you watching me and you still eat pork, ain't nothing that I'm going to tell you that's going to change you at this point. Just enjoy your, eat, drink, and be merry. Enjoy your time on earth to the best of your ability, because you are sick. You are unhealthy. You do have health problems. You do have, mental problems, mental issues. You cannot get along with peers. The pig automatically has you take on the characteristics of it. So you're greedy, you're not shy, you're rude, foul, filthy. You might not look like it, in public, but you're definitely filthy, definitely unclean, definitely foul, definitely impatient, low tolerance. Yeah. All you gotta do is study the characteristics of the pig, and it'd be like reading your zodiac chart. It'd be like reading your what you call that? Your horoscope. Yeah. If you eat pig, all you gotta do is read the pig's characteristics, and that will be your horoscope. Sean Cooper said, I'm serious. So yeah, that's what I'm on. I'm on warfare, man. I'm on health warfare. The adversary, Satan or Shaitan or Satan just means adversary. And that's the apex adversary. That's the apex predator or adversary is Satan. But Satan is, a macrocosm, and Satan is also a microcosm. So if all of us are moving around and we don't realize that we made out of super, super microscopic atoms and molecules, cells, and we don't see life on that level, that's where we get destroyed at. That's where we get deceived and conquered and subdued, because we're not looking at the little things that make up who we are, make up what we are. We're made of the little things. The devil is in the details, right? So if you're not into how your cells operate and what's going on the cellular level, what's going on the atomic level or the molecular level, then that's why you got the Dr. Fauci's and these pandemics that's wiping us out, because we don't know what's going on with our own self. We do not have the knowledge of self when it comes to anatomy on a molecular level, on a cellular level, or on an atomic size level. We are mentally dead to the knowledge of what we are and how we operate and what enemies and what poisons is taking us out and how to fight back against it. So that's what I'm on this for. Silver is mentioned all throughout the Bible. Silver, gold, garlic, frankincense, myrrh, you know. So I would definitely advise y'all to get on this page with me. Powerhouse seeded grapes are damn near extinct, like seeded watermelon. Yeah, seeded anything. Any of the holy or the divine fruits or vegetables that's mentioned in the Bible or the Quran, you don't find them nowhere now. They're not organic, or if they are organic, they don't have seeds. Whose idea? Just imagine the satanic capitalism, taking out 3 and 4 and 5 birds with one stone agenda behind something like that. Who would be satanic enough to stop seeds, to stop fruits and vegetables from producing seeds? What type of diabolical satanic scientists would get together and do that? Stop the reproduction of the fruits and the vegetables that we rely on for our health. And that's because Satan knows that they have a short time, and they know, like I said yesterday, that the God, the Most High, Allah, is cursing and stopping their reproduction ability, stopping their seeds. They can't, their birth rate is at 0. For every one of them that's born, one of them dies. Their growth rate is 0. So that's mentioned throughout the Bible and the Quran and other prophecies in Kemet and Egypt or whatever, and Native American prophecies and predictions that the satanic people, at the end, that's the sign of their time being up, is because they expire, they burn out. The wickedness that they represent, the nature of wickedness that they represent, cancels their own ability to reproduce out. And that's why they push this rainbow stuff on you, push these drugs and alcohol and everything, those side effects of this and fake food, this. And they literally are telling you, if you know you are what you eat, and I just told you, if you eat pork, then you're going to take on the characteristics of the pig. What's happening to us when we eating seedless this and seedless that? Fruits and vegetables that don't have seeds. What is that doing to our seeds? What is that doing to our eggs and to our sperm? We are what we eat. So what type of Satan would do that? The kind that enslaved us. What's your last name? Before you think I'm crazy, what's your last name? I would like to ask the so-called black, the black so-called God believers, not so-called black, but black so-called God believers, like the particular ISUPK people that call me stupid, or I'm a demon for calling for the Elijah challenge. I would like to hear why it's okay for them to condemn and curse and call out the wrath and the curse and the destruction of black people that don't accept their way. They're doing that all day, every day on the street corner on bullhorns and microphones. They're going to tell any black person that if they don't accept your Hebrew or Israel doctrine, that we're going to get all of them curses and we're going to be destroyed and all of that. So why is it cool for you to say it, but it's not cool for me to say it? I would love to have another conversation with anybody that believes that you don't have to be from the ISUPK with Tazariak, but I definitely want him and his leader. I want one-on-one live with his leader, since he won't take me up on the God challenge because I'm stupid and demon and I don't know the Bible. I don't know karate, but I know Kareza. You better ask somebody. Yeah, I know that. So I'm just stupid. I'm stupid for the Lord. I'm a fool for my God. But apparently I'm the kind of fool you scared of. I'm the kind of stupid you scared of. I'm the kind of demon you scared of that you can't exercise, that you can't control. Ain't I supposed to be cursed? Ain't I supposed to be destroyed? Don't you supposed to have the power to do it? So cowards gonna coward. Punks is gonna punks. Punks is gonna punk. Yeah, so that's what I'm calling for. I need to do just a whole segment since it's up. Since the gloves is off. That's crazy too. If you notice, since the gloves is off, I ain't got no responses back. Nobody wants to talk with me. But I get to keep telling y'all that I call for it anyway. You don't have to accept the challenge. I already sent it up. I already sent the prayer up. The prayer for a curse. The prayer for a chastisement, a spanking. It don't have to be death. I can't tell my father. I can't tell the God what to do. I can just ask him to do it, and he's going to do it. I can't tell you how hard he gonna whoop your backside. Just like you can't tell him how hard to whoop my backside if I'm in the wrong. But I'm definitely can tell you that he's gonna do it, and he's doing it now. Pardon me. Let me speak perfect tense English. He's doing it as we speak. He's doing it as we speak. So that's what I'm on. Madon, salute, big Madon. I hit your inbox. Hit your inbox on your Instagram. So when you get a chance, check it. Salute. But was you able to convince anybody to come over here and have a little dialogue with me? Madon, anybody decide they was gonna show up, take you up on the invite? Or are they still 304ing? 304ing, no showing. Running the sale for y'all that don't know. Hit the like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, share this with somebody that you know talking big smack. We keeping calm. It's not no wild, mean-spirited or evil-spirited motivation. We are just representing. I would like to ask, like I said, the Hebrew guys or the Israeli, basically the black Israelis. I would like to ask them what Farrakhan and the nation has done evil. What has he done wrong? What has he done wrong for y'all to talk so bad about him? For y'all to talk so bad about us? What can you show the people that he and we have done wrong? We heard you falsely slander that we unalived Malcolm and allegedly did. Elijah Muhammad allegedly was a PDF file. We heard that. You still never produced no proof or whatever, but based on the one you do know about, you know what I'm saying? I seen a little clip that they keep on spreading. I see it going around every few years, and now the new goofies that's repeating it or respreading it is the Tazariak guy with saying that Farrakhan is saying that black people we teach that black people are cursed. Like kinky hair is a curse and wide nose and big lips is a curse. They literally say that it's a curse. Like we said, it's a curse. So I would love to get these guys on, and I thought I did. I thought I went back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna keep on slandering and lying or whatever, and that's why it always needs to end up with the showdown. Because if you're gonna keep lying on God or lying on the man of God, then you need your ass whooped spiritually. God needs to whoop your ass, right? That's what I think, because he need to whoop my ass too if I'm guilty of that. But I don't think we in the nation, especially Farrakhan, don't got no history of bashing nobody. He ain't had to slander and evil talk no black leader to get where he at and for us to get where we at. For us to accomplish what we've been blessed to accomplish, it didn't come from bashing no groups. We bashed what we used to be, which is white Christians, white believing Jesus was white Christianity and the poisoning of the book. But we was admitting that. So it ain't like we was bashing somebody else. No, we was bashing what we used to be, the poison that we used to be consuming, the spiritual poison we used to be poisoning ourselves with. What's your last name? If I'm lying, what's your last name? Well, I ain't no Christian. What's your last name? Johnson. Well, then there you have it. That's a Christian slave last name. There you have it. English slave last name. So whether you want to claim that you're a Christian or not, you're wearing a white slave master Christian last name. Ahmad Jabril, apparently by them not following the real teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and following the conquistador rainbow teaching is a curse right there. Right. But we gonna call for some new distinct curses, new distinct chastisements. That's what we doing. But just keep your eyes open, keep your eyes and ears open. You'll see it. You'll see it. But in the meantime, I'll be wanting more and more dialogue since we there now, since we don't have to be diplomatic. You know what I mean? We don't have to be politically correct with each other. We don't have to be diplomatic. We can talk the way we really want to talk. And I did it. I started it. I kicked it off. You know what I'm saying? And the roaches got to scattering and making excuses. And demons got to screaming, accusing me of being a demon. Like, how do you justify Elijah? How do you justify what Elijah did? Just, let's have another conversation and y'all help me understand, according to your Israel, your Bible, how did Elijah justify what he did? This is but yeah, that's an hour. We had an hour. Where's the stream, y'all? My bad. Well, you can hit that link too. Support the Cash App, man. Support the show. Appreciate just y'all showing up and not 304 and up. Shouts out to all the scouts and the agents that came to scout and see what I'm talking about, but scared to identify yourself. Run till that. Salute to the run till that's. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all too. All the scouts and the agents. Hey, gorgeous. What's going on? Just chilling? Yeah. All right. Yep, we had an hour. Yeah, you on right on time, huh? Every time I come downstairs, you're just at the end. Probably at the end, huh? Yep, until somebody, say something. Jerome D, salute. What's good? What's up? What's good? Salute. Man, just fighting a good fight, fighting these demons, fighting these parasites, fighting these serpents in our bloodstream and serpents on the internet. Doing holy water at ninjas. Got my silver. And my stake, my wooden stake through the heart. Got my silver holy water. Running a sale on that right now. Ionic colloidal silver. WestCoastCam.com. Get you some of this holy water. E40 water, this holy water. But yeah, that's it, man. It ain't really a whole lot else going on. Like, subscribe, though. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Peace and blessing to the young manager. Yeah, said peace and blessing, young manager, young womanger. Gonna always support OG. I'm waiting for a mentorship program, man. I guess this is it. I don't really know how to necessarily what a this is it. This is my mentorship program. I don't want to restrict, people that have to be in person or be in the same city or whatever that I'm in. I really just try to find what's the most potent highlights and bullet points of life in my life or with current events that I can share, and I get on here and share them with you. I'm not holding nothing back. If it's not no more important, well, maybe it is, but it's the only thing that I would be holding back from y'all publicly is actual military strategies and other high divine communications or whatever that I wouldn't share on the internet. But the stuff that I can share, that I share it all. I share it all. I tell you, what I know. You know what I'm saying? So, man, good looking out though, Jerome. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of y'all, even if y'all not in agreement. I appreciate the attention because that's still blessing me. That's still blessing me to get the information out and get the blood off my hands. If you fall in that category, get your blood off of my hands. Perhaps you might see the light. Perhaps you may turn in the right direction. But if not, it's all good with me. Big Ruben Ybarra, salute. West Coast, yes. We do want some more. We do want to know more about what you just said that you can't share. That would be, like I said, military strategy. So no matter what, you'll never hear that. This is like asking the Pentagon. You know what I'm saying? They war strategies or what's next? What are y'all doing right now? Like I could never tell you that. But the stuff that I can tell you is what I'm telling you. Certain things that I'm telling you, it is part of the military strategy. It's not a part of what the nation, is doing, but what me as an individual who is a member of the nation, what I'm doing in my personal local warfare. That's the warfare of health, physical, mental, moral health. That's what, I can't tell you nothing better than that. Big Jerome, thank you, my bro. Thank you for your support, Big Jerome. Got your Cash App, man. Thank you. And the real, true, and living God's peace and blessings manyfold on you, and health and success to you and your family. Surely, we all need health blessings, and the health blessings come in the form of people that actually do the research and the due diligence and the experimentation on themselves before we share it with y'all. And that's what I have been doing, and that's what I'm doing now. And where I'm at right now in my life, my grade level in my life right now is this parasite business, this internal parasite, worm parasite, neurotoxic warfare to cleanse and clean my internal, my body, my internal organs, my blood, my central nervous system. I still got 3 metal feelings. I still got 3, and they black now, like the metal, the mercury and all that done turned black. I had them since I was 18. Been causing me migraines from here, like the up, because they up here, they're on the upper teeth. It's not the bottom teeth, the upper back teeth. And on the side where these fillings at is 2 right here on this side. Thank you, Big Sean. Sean C, man, got your cash app. Thank you. Much blessings to you and your fam and yourself. You know, if any of us got metal fillings, and most of us do, if we ever been to the dentist, get them took out soon as you can afford to. If you got dental insurance or whatever, get them took out of yourself, out your own head. Get them taken out your children. Get all metal fillings taken out your mouth, or caps or crowns. Get that taken out your mouth. That is what helps produce a neurotoxin environment and injures and damages your cardiovascular nervous system. The brains, the neurons, the connection, the brain connections, the spinal cord, and produces the environment for parasites to thrive, for viruses to hide and lay dormant in that metal. That microscopic, metal that's is so fine, is so small, that it's the best area for bacteria and pathogens or whatever to breed and to hide at. Get rid of the metal fillings, period. Get all metal out your mouth. Get all metal out your mouth, and then do a metal detox. You can do a metal detox now. You don't have to wait. Do a metal detox now. Do a worm cleanse and all that parasite cleanse now, but just understand it is likely to come back because certain, nerves and all that, nerve endings and all of that, they hide in the nerve sheaths, and they hide behind, the toxic metals, the neurotoxins that's leaking out of the mercury or the fillings and the aluminum and the lead and stuff that's in those metal fillings. Get that out your system, but don't wait. Detox right now. Do heavy metal cleanses and chelations right now, but you really be able to wipe it all the way out once you take them fillings out your mouth. I ain't took them out of mine, so I'm talking right there on the same level with y'all. I feel the pain. I didn't had a certain pressure migraine on this side of my head for like 20 years. 20 years. Maybe longer. I just don't really remember when it started. It started on the same time, like it might have been 30 years. Because I broke this collarbone, this clavicle right here, and it never grew back straight. So the nerves and the damage or whatever, the bone marrow, once that start acting up, then it affects the nerve on the same side of my tooth where these fillings is at. So it's just a mess. I've been in pain most of my adult life. Nobody didn't know it, and I didn't care. I just, black people, we just learn to live with it. We don't go to the doctor. I don't trust no doctor, and this and that. If it ain't knocking me out, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't driving me crazy, then I'm just gonna deal with it. But it have been driving me crazy. I just didn't realize I was crazy. It been affecting a lot of my attitudes and my mind states and my tolerance and my patience and some of my faith, even though my faith didn't ever break. But I'll be going through some stuff based on what's going, like pressure in my brain, you know what I'm saying, having all kind of crazy issues or whatever. So I'm on it. So I ain't telling you that's something that I haven't done yet. A lot of other stuff I have done and been bouncing back and show y'all, and this look what happened. Look how I conquered this and conquered that. But this is the one thing that I never spoke on, and I just some things like who I'm gonna cry to, especially if you're a black man. Who I'm gonna cry to? Nobody care. Nobody care about what we going through. So God, blessed me to this Ramadan to actually dig into that dive into that problem. It really came from some other problem that I had to deal with, which led to me, learning about this and that and whatnot. So I thank God for the problems. Thank God for the trials and the tribulations. Thank X1, DJ X1. Thank you for the super chat. Jim, with the speed of light traveling 186,000 miles per second, how far distance does light travel in 365 Earth days, which is a light year? Can the crafts made in Japan move at that speed? They don't have to. The mind travels way faster than that. The average speed of thought, since you speaking on that, Jim, and that's part of the lessons of the NOI. Light travels at 186,000 miles per second. In 1 second, light travels 186,000 miles in 1 second. But the speed of thought is 24 billion miles per second. 24 billion miles per second. And that's just the average speed of thought. So out of 8 billion people on the planet, and most of them is poison animal eaters, hog eaters or whatever. So if 24 billion miles per second is the average speed of thought of all of the human beings, that means the 5%, the 5%ers speed of thought is far above 24 billion miles per second, because 24 billion is brought down just to the average. It averages out. So when anything faster than the speed of light is time travel. I don't know if y'all understand, know that about physics. Not you, Jim, but anybody. Anything that travels faster than the speed of light is considered time travel at that point. So the reason why we can remember things is because that's our mind going back in time to recall or to relive, in a sense, that thing in the past. Memory means time travel. The ability to have a memory, especially if you have a vivid memory, that's time travel. And by the same token, the original people, when our blood is clean and our brain is clean and our pineal gland, like they say, is open, then you can see the future just as clear as you can see the past. And you can see them both just as clear as you see the present. So to a wide awake black God that's not, 90% of their brain is asleep. If all of the rest of our brain was totally awake, past, present, and future is all the same vision. We see it just as clear. And that's why the original God people write history 25,000 years in advance. We write our history in advance. We don't write history after it happened. We write it in advance. It's called prophecy. Our history is called prophecy because we write it in advance, and then we walk into it, or we live it. We make it be fulfilled. So you have to ask yourself, well, God, the Bible is the word of God. No, the Bible is the word of God, human beings. God in man and woman, not some ghost. The ghost in you, the ghost, that consciousness, that part of you that, you can't see it with the physical eye. That's the ghost. The ghost is your mind. Your mind. But you also got a body. And you can see into the future. You can travel in the future. You can document and write down specific details and then come back to the present in this body. And that might not happen for thousands of years. But you went out of the body, out of the limits of this particular third dimensional time and space, and made whatever happened or set whatever in motion, and then you came back to this current state, and you don't even need to live that long. Like people be like, I want to live forever. You don't need to live forever. If you could see 100,000 miles, 100,000 years into the future, why do you need to physically hang around and try to live it out? You already did it. You already seen it. You already wrote it, actually. We don't need to hang around. We know what's going to happen because we wrote it. Just like we acting out what's been written before us. Our original, God selves, the God selves of 15,000 years ago wrote this particular history that we living out right now. So we exist on multiple time tracks or multiple dimensions. If there's a such thing as a universe, we're the God of it. We're there. We're the masters of it. If it's such thing as any dimension, we already are there. We exist there. If it's such thing as a past or present or future, we already exist there. We already are the God of it. So it's a whole lot of reality that we were never told or taught because we had to be put thoroughly to sleep to allow this devil race of people to rule, because they couldn't rule if we was awake. We had to be put to sleep to allow them to do what they have done, and now we waking up and we're going to replace them and destroy or remove them in one day without falling victim to their civilization. Otherwise, to show and prove that Allah, the original man and woman of this planet, is the God, always has been, and always will be. Thank you again, Jerome. And pardon me, hold on 1 second. Let me make sure. Dang. And Sean, my bad. Sean and Jerome, thank you again. Thank you again. Let me catch up with some of these. Did you speak on RFK being controlled? No, I didn't speak on that. That's a good subject. We see he got flipped. Clearly, they got some kind of blackmail on him, or white male. I don't even gonna use that language. They got some kind of white male on that white male. They definitely got some dirt on him, and she said Candace thinks it specifically has to do with an SE-actual nature, because he used to be on them Drezugs real tough, partying real tough, and him being from the Kennedy family, they was always gonna make sure they had some clamps on them anytime they decided to get some bright ideas and try to run from political office again, or try to get into the president Oval Office by any way. They gonna already have something on you. And for sure enough, they got something on him, and it made him do a whole complete 180 on his tough anti-whatever talk. He was anti Fauci juice type stuff. Now he's, anti-Semitism. Now he's fighting against anti-Semitism. I thought you was a health dude. Why you banging against anti-Semitism? What that got to do with you? So we know he was flipped. Golden Bear, play that super dope classic Peace Treaty. Salute. Yeah, I got a Peace Treaty too that I'm waiting on my brother. Well, I can't. I almost gave it away. Jerome D. Kim, I got them out. I got root canals. You're right. Yeah. Root canals is tripping too. Got to clean out them root canals also. I got 1 or 2 of those, I think. What about my grill? It depends on what your grill made out of, dog. Shisto. If your grill is made out of like gold or something, that shouldn't be no problem. But the problem, if they call them silver fillings, but they're not silver. It just the color silver. It's just silver color. They're actually made out of aluminum and mercury and all kind of other toxic stuff. So if it's real gold or it's real silver, then that's not a problem. But real gold and real silver is too soft. So most of the stuff, if it's on your teeth, is mixed with something else, because real gold, or pure silver is too soft. Any amount of crunching on something or whatever, or bend it or break it or something like that. So if you got anything in your teeth that of a metal nature, then it's probably bleeding into your brain. Randoms. show us a front flip. Y'all can go to my Instagram page. I would share the screen, but I don't want to do all that. Y'all can go to my Instagram page and see me getting it in. Flipping with my son and my daughters. I'm the one taught my daughters how to flip, and my son. But they, you know, my daughters literally went to gymnastics when they was 6 or 7 or whatever, but they was already the best ones in their class at their age group because I already taught them everything. Righteous by nature, our teeth and organs has a connection as far as good health is concerned. Yeah, I know I'm far behind. Salute Champagne. Salute randomness. Sean Cooper. Salute again. Did you hear about the people in Kenya attacking the Israelite brothers for telling them that Jesus was black? No, I didn't. But yeah, that sounds about colonialized to me. Sound pretty colonial. Sounds pretty colonial because Africa, you know, they so Christianed out. They so white Jesus out the game. It's sad. It's very sad. You know, the Pope did his thing over there in Africa. The British and the Dutch and all that, they did their thing in Africa. Cam did a backflip from sitting down. Yeah, right. So that's a whole different level. Like if anybody know, they know. Can't break me slapping. Yeah, salute, Jinx. Sir Jinx did that. We did that a long time ago. It never really even came out neither. Salute Eric, Muhammad alaikum salam. They call them amalgam. Yeah, amalgam. Yeah, fillings for cavities. I'm planning to get mine removed as well. Yeah, that's exactly right, Eric. Called amalgam, and it's terrible. It's terrible. Like I'm just used to it. Like, and I just accepted it. But I'm thanking God that I didn't. I'm realizing I'm being shown that I didn't have to accept it. If I would have knew decades ago, you know what I'm saying, I would have took them out. But I didn't have so much brain fog, and you can even hear me. Sometimes I don't finish a sentence. I already knew I had a short-term memory, but all of that was, you know, it was making sense when I was studying. Like, damn, them is my symptoms right there. Yeah. And I just chalked it up to like stuff ain't important. I don't need to remember that. You know what I'm saying? Part of it was true, like the way that people did me, and you know, for me to be able to be a good brother and forgive, I need to forget. So this little mini Alzheimer's actually came in handy. This little mercury on my brain, you know, helped me forget, you know, ninjas that I would have had to go to the penitentiary for, or something that might have just been festering in me and making me sick because I was so angry. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted retaliation so bad, but this little poison neurotoxin helped me forget. It just made me forget everything else too. So I ain't with that. I'm mature enough. I'll just deal with the anger issues. But yeah, definitely got to get rid of that. But yeah, so silver, like I said, ionic colloidal silver, that's not that kind of metal. Our bodies, like magnesium, copper, zinc, you know, all of those vitamins or minerals, they're called minerals. Those are metals. Zinc is a metal. Iron, you know, I'm low on iron. You know, all them things. Magnesium, copper, all of those things are metals, but they're the good metals. They're the metals that our body needs. We don't need mercury, lead and mercury and aluminum and all of them little alloys, and that's all poison, toxic, deadly to us. So that's not supposed to be in our body at all, or on our body. You know, stop cooking with aluminum foil. Stop even storing your food in aluminum. Stop all that. Stop drinking out of aluminum cans. All of that. Stop cooking with, you think it's stainless steel pots and pans, but it's actually aluminum. It might be covered with stainless steel, like a thin film, especially the little non-stickware, the cookware, non-stick cookware, all of that. That's where all of these toxins and poisons and neurotoxins is coming from. That combined with the plastics that, all of the grocery store stuff that we buy, the ketchup, the waters or whatever, all the plastic bottles. We used to be healthy back in the day when you had the milkman and he delivered the milk, or you buy milk and it's all in a glass. It's all in glass bottles. The worst you have to worry about is just dropping it and stepping on some glass. I'd rather take my chance on dropping the glass bottles and stepping on pieces of glass than having plastic in my blood, plastic in my brain. So that's why we need to grow our own food or have our own little chickens and cows. But then they make it almost impossible for you to have a healthy cow because they drop in chemtrails. And they used to in back in the 80s, when they had the whole fruit fly, Mediterranean fruit fly scare. That was when they first started running this little agenda. Back in the 80s, they had the med fly. If you was in Los Angeles and you my age, you remember that. The Mediterranean fruit flies, so-called pandemic or scare or infestation, and they had helicopters that'll fly over your neighborhood low, like 5 helicopters crisscrossing like every week, maybe 2 times a week, spraying malathion. It's a chemical called malathion, spraying it all over all of the ghettos. You wake up and see all the little sprinkles or whatever, take the paint off your car. And take the paint off your car. And everybody was getting sick back then. But if you had cows, if you had chickens, if you was growing plants and vegetables, it tore up all of that. It got in the soil, it got in the grass, it got in the fruit and vegetables in the gardens in the trees that and we instantly start seeing them die off. We instantly start seeing the negative effects. And then after that, like Prince was saying, we started seeing what they called chemtrails, which was from way higher up and dumping a whole lot more over a wider area. So even if you are trying to grow your own food, the soil is already contaminated. The air is already constantly getting dropped with whatever is getting dropped with, allegedly according to the chemtrails. So if you don't have a hoop house and then you just imported your own pure soil from somewhere and had your soil tested and make sure it ain't got all of them aluminum, cadmium, whatever, all kind of stuff that whatever is in them chemtrails, then all of that's going into your fruits and your vegetables. All of that is going into the fruits and the vegetables, and all of that's going into the chickens because that's what they graze, and all that's going into the beef because your goats or your lambs, your sheep, your cows is eating that grass. They got all that poison in it, all of them chemicals in it. So that's Satan. That's satanic. They know. Why do you? What's the justification for chemtrails? We saw the justification for the fruit fly, saying it's fruit flies. Like fruit fly was going to do what? It was going to ruin our fruits? No. That ain't what ruined the fruits. Why the fruits don't got seeds no more? Same day parlay. I'm in Detroit. We call them the ghetto birds. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. But yeah, man. The war is health. The war is for our health. Mental health, physical health. just this religious little talk that I be on here calling for religious showdown challenges and fades or whatever. That's just entertainment. That's just entertainment. I'll be serious, but it's entertainment because ain't nobody gonna be serious with me. Ain't nobody gonna do it with me. They're not gonna take me up on it. So it's just entertainment. But since people want to talk about, against the NOI and Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad, and Master Fard Muhammad so bad, but they won't talk with us about it, then that's why I put that out there and I issue the curse and I call for the chastisement of my God on those people that's saying that. I call for that, in this season, right away. Not now, but right now. So we'll wait and see now after I call for it, for the specific people that I call for it, with. Because, it applies to everybody. You're going to see it on a widespread scale, but the Father, the real God, wants his individual servants, his individual sons and daughters to call specific people out. That's what he wants. My Father, our Father in heaven, wants me to do that and wants you to do that. But I'm specifically talking about Elijah Muhammad, the God Elijah Muhammad. That's my Father, the same Elijah that Jesus called on when he was on the cross. Same Elijah that they saw in the Transfiguration, Jesus and Moses and Elijah. The same Elijah that did the challenge with the Baal prophets. That same Elijah. That's the Elijah that I'm praying to. So he wants me to call individuals out. All these individuals, take them one by one. All of them that made a name off of, blaspheming his name. He wants me and you, but if you don't want to do it, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? You might not believe in Elijah Muhammad as our Father God, you know what I'm saying? But I do, so I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to run this demonstration for you so we can just wait and see what happens. So with the guys that I already mentioned, we're going to wait and see what happens because our Father wants to show you something. He is your Father. We do have the same God. I don't care what you say. You might worship a fake mystery spook spirit God that ain't never been on the earth. You might worship that, but that's not the real God. So the real God is going to spank you for it. Mo Better 1212, salute, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your respect, and thank you for tuning in. Man, what happened? Well, it must be meant to leave it up there. I'm going to leave it up there. Spell check in Detroit, we call them ghetto birds. Yeah, I didn't really want to say nothing, but on my first album, like Ice Cube got a whole film production called Ghetto Birds, and that's the saying that he got from myself. I'm not, you go back and check 1990s or whatever, we was on that. Yusuf, salute, Big Yusuf. Going to give the hypocrite fade. Absolutely. Maybe I'm the hypocrite. Fade me. Prove that I'm a hypocrite, especially if I'm stupid, if I'm a demon, if I don't know the Bible, all that old good, weird female energy accusations. You can shut it down real quick by putting your God to the test. Get your God out and make him do something to me like I'm going to do you. I got my God. I talk to my Father. I talk to my living Father who art in heaven. And when I say heaven, I just mean, 40 miles above our head in that big chariot or that whirlwind or that Ezekiel wheel that you claim you believe in. That's Elijah up there. Yeah. He's the one gave me the authority and gave me the little rod and staff that he wanted me to test out and exercise. It's not tempting him. No, he wants me to make him known, just like my spiritual father Farrakhan did when he told him in 1985 that the president of the United States and the Joint Chiefs of Staff has met to plan a war And I want you to make the world aware of their plans and let them know that you got it from me, Elijah Muhammad, on the wheel, on the big UFO, Ezekiel UFO wheel, the chariot, the pillar of fire by night and the cloud by day that y'all Bible thumpers claim that y'all believe in. No, that's Elijah Muhammad that's on that. Elijah Muhammad is the father that I communicate with, and he communicates with us, his children. He's going to do you. He's your father too, and he's going to spank you. He's going to spank you. And if you too tough, he might get you up out of here. He brought you here, he take you out, like your biological parents say. Yeah. Yeah. So we waiting. Now we wait. You didn't have to accept the challenge. And that's not the requirements. The requirement is not for you to accept it. That's just me trying to give you the benefit of the doubt and let you look like a courageous man or a faithful man to your God. But you made your God look weak, and you made yourself look like a punk because you wouldn't accept it, and you try to call the person that called you out. You try to call a demon, stupid, or he don't know the Bible or whatever. Nah, apparently, according to the Bible, them demons and devils knew the Bible better than y'all did. That's why they more successful. The Holy Quran says the hypocrites are the Satan brothers. Yeah. Said that the hypocrites is in the lowest depths of the fire. They the most foul, you know what I'm saying? Most hated by the God. Disbelievers is one thing. God don't love the disbelievers, but he absolutely HATEs the hypocrites that's using his name, that's acting like you representing him. You say one thing and do another. Right. Righteous by nature. 100,000 miles and running, right? Okay, but it's okay. That's the beauty of it. Like bro said earlier about the speed of light, and then I was talking about the speed of thought. You can't outrun my thought. You can't outrun my will. If my will is in line with Elijah's will, and it is on this because he's the one that guided me. You know what I'm saying? He wants to show you something, and he wants to use his sons and daughters, his believers, to do it. So you can't outrun my prayers, not to the real Godfather. So we'll see. All we can do is wait now. Surely I'm waiting with you. We'll wait and see. That's exciting, but now I feel like a bully. I feel like a bully now because nobody wants to show up. Maybe I need to get on Instagram and tag bro or guy, because I don't call him bro if you're not my brother. View from the Mud TV cam. I'm late, Ohio in the building. Shouts out Ohio. Salute. I don't know what part. What's the subject? You still on the coward's neck? Yeah. I mean, it's not even fun. It's not even fun because they're not showing up. I don't even want to do that if they don't want to show up. Like, that's it zaps your desire to even want to get at them because they making excuses, calling you names like females. You know what I'm saying? Gooch, hop on here with me, Gooch. Walaikum salam, man. This will be right up your alley. We can get into it now because I know you was trying to get me to go there during Ramadan, but I wasn't. But now we can holler about this specific Israelite guy. Maybe you can tag him and remind him, let him know that Brother Cam wants that. Uncle Cam wants you. Jim, so a thought year is 24 billion miles per second. A thought year? No. That's a second. That's a thought second. 24 billion miles per second, not 24 billion miles per year. A thought second. right? So that's how that works. Let me get this link right quick. No Disney. Oh, Sandusky, salute. Sandusky, Ohio, salute. That's what's up. There's the StreamYard link. Gooch. I'm gonna get off of here in a few, but I definitely want to hop on here and talk our little talk right quick. See if anybody want to show up. If you don't show up today, maybe they'll show up tomorrow.
Assalamu alaikum, brother Cam.
Walaikum salam, young Abdul Akbar. What's good, my brother? I like that.
I'm doing good, brother. Good seeing you, man. I haven't been on in a second. Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Man, you got the little I Spy. What's that? What you call that little thing? That little circle thing? Vignette? The vignette?
Yeah. I stuffed it up. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Okay. Look like you on a space shuttle or something.
Yeah.
That's how they fake the moon landing. That's the little camera they use to fake the moon landing.
Come on, man. Don't start, man. I thought you were gonna start yesterday when I saw Brother T.
Oh no, we was serious. We was on some serious
Yeah. So
but now we on.
You really
some
don't think I'm in the spaceship because I'm about to put my headphones on, brother. So tell me the situation about the Israelite brother.
You at the hospital?
Hold on, bro.
Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2. You hear me?
Yeah, 1 2. Can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Do you got your phone volume still up a little bit?
Oh, my volume's up. You want me to turn it up or turn it down, brother?
Oh no, you good. If I thought it was an echo, you good.
Okay.
You at work? You at the hospital?
Yes, I am. Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah. What I was about to say, with the Israelite situation, you know, you wanted me to go up during Ramadan, but
yes, I did, brother.
Yeah, so now the gloves is off, but they don't want it. I'm looking everywhere and they ain't never there.
Okay, well, I would do anything I can to tag the young brother, but not only do I want to tag the Israelite brother, is there any way I could tag the brother that was in the FOI Fez hat? That was in the Queen Latifah FOI hat?
The 45 King, rest in peace. Yeah. Check out the wrath of my madness hat. He don't really got no following. Him and his organization. I highlighted one of his elders yesterday, and you know he couldn't even draw flies to Ish. So yeah, we would just be giving him life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. What about Fanetta?
Yeah, we can do that. Okay. I wouldn't want to get on with him one-on-one. I wouldn't want no whole panel or nothing. I would like to holler at him one-on-one. Anybody I holler at, I want it to be one-on-one because I want to know Hebrew bullhorn microphone over talking to another dude, you know, doing ad libs on his shoulder, and so I don't want no ad libs.
Okay. Well, you know, anything I can do to assist you and you know to help my brother, I will. I will start tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, by tagging his tribe. I don't know how they do it, but I know IP Triple K and they have names like that.
IP Triple K, you bet.
Yeah. So mm-hmm.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, and just anybody that got a following. If they got a following, because if they don't have a following, we don't need to bother them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They already ain't making no noise. But if it seems like it's somebody that's making noise, that's what we want to do. Because especially if they claim God, because I want to do public challenges with those that claim God and they claim that our God is the false God or the fake God. Then I want to do some public challenges, some God challenges with them.
Okay. Because I gotta get clap back in. I wanted to ask you something because the dude with the Queen Latifah, FOI. So if he doesn't follow the minister, does he celebrate Savior's Day?
I don't know nothing about them. That's a great question that you could ask them. Maybe you can go to their channel and figure that out.
Okay, like
But
when he goes to
but
the mosque,
The Israelite dudes is the one they made sure to go search and
define him.
find those meaningless, effective, non-effective people and call them FOI. Put a little FOI costume on and you know what I'm saying, beat them up like
Yeah,
that's the real FOI. But when a real FOI show up, they hoe up. They
yeah. 'Cause
304 up.
I've never seen a FOI captain's hat with Velcro on it. That was something new. I've never seen a snapback
Right.
cap. Oh, that wasn't fitted at all. So yeah,
Uh,
brother, whatever I can do to appease you, brother, I'll do it. And I'll be on there first thing in the morning. And I want to say what's up to Elmatic. I want to say what's up to all your mods that rock with you or rock with me. Thanks for
right.
being loyal to my brother Cam. And say what's up to security. I love you, brother. I hope you had a great Ramadan. And let's find these cats, man, and show them how to get down for real, brother.
Well, that's where the bad guy come in. The bow tie,
Yeah.
bad guy. I need that 007 work. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. I live for this. I love you, brother. All right,
Man, love
peace
you
out, man.
too, Gooch.
Okay, peace.
All right, peace. Yeah. That's Gooch the Great. Abdul Akbar is the honorary name I gave him. Servant of the great, since his name is already Gooch the Great. So the great or greatest in Arabic is Akbar. So Abdul is servant of the great. So I'd rather call him a holy name than call him a phony name. Safi Ali, salute, Nate the greatest. Dawn, I see you. Dawn, peace. I ain't seen you in a minute. Dawn, peace. Good to see you. Man, yeah, you breaking your calendar. You said, Jim, you trying to do them calculations. Not on that calendar, you won't. Yeah, yeah, salute. Um, what up? What up? It's me, bruh. It's me, bruh. Yeah, man, I'm just taking calls, man. Taking calls. Anybody got any, anti NOI rhetoric and they got any type of following? I would love to get on live with you one on one and issue some challenges. Here's the StreamYard link. Because right now it ain't about debating nothing. I have nothing to debate. I don't want to debate nothing. I just want to ask a few questions or allow you to ask me as many questions as you want to ask me. But then at the end of the conversation, at the end of the questions, we're going to run a challenge. We're going to do a God challenge. And if you don't want to do that, then you are a coward and you don't have the right to represent no God, because no God that I know of is a coward. The very nature of a God is the opposite of a coward. I don't even think coward and God goes in the same sentence. So we know that the God of the Bible ain't a coward. The God of the Bible is sending his believers to war. Every chapter down there. Every story, every generation, he's sending his believers to war. So he ain't about punking out. He's sending them to physical war. You won't even go to spiritual war. You won't even accept a spiritual fade, a prayer fade. Try to go extreme, talking about death. Yeah, no, that's what the Quran say, but we can break it down. It don't got to be death. The Quran say for those that claim we cursed anyway. You the one saying we gonna be destroyed. You say that we already worthy of death, or we gonna get death by your God. So why I can't say that? Cowards, boy. So many excuses. Why are you scared of my God? Why would you say that your God, say that's tempting him? I'm calling out your God. I'm calling out you and your God. I'm calling out your leader, your God. I'm calling out all that. You know how you was bold, how y'all be bold enough to talk that talk about Master Fard Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad, and Farrakhan. If you can do that, for surely I can do this. I accept that. And I show up for it. Why you can't show up for this? If you say Elijah Muhammad was this and that, okay, I'm there for it. I'm not running. Okay, pull the receipts. Pull the receipts. You can't? Oh, that's a female gossip then. You a slanderer. Oh, we did that to Malcolm. Pull the receipts. Oh, you can't? Then you use a hater. Use a female gossiper. You need to be in the beauty shop up under the dryer. So I ain't running from none of the accusations you talking about. Oh, my God is white? No, well, you can look at the black and white videos and tapes and everything Elijah Muhammad ever said about, he ain't lied about nothing else. Why would he lie about that? But you got receipts that he's all white, he's pure white. All right. Well, if you got all that false slander lies that you can say about my God and my Messiah, my Christ, then, what I'm saying about you and yours is nowhere near as disrespectful. I'm saying just bring them out. Get your God out. Let us see him. You see ours. Get yours out. Tell him to come down to earth since he ain't never been here. Compton Low, is the NOI and FOI the same thing or no? Yeah, it's the same thing. The NOI means Nation of Islam. FOI means Fruit of Islam. FOI are the men, the army, the male soldiers. The MGT is Muslim Girl Training. That's the female army. MGT and FOI, both of them together make up the NOI, the nation. Male and female, old, young, all of us together are the NOI, the Nation of Islam. But the FOI is just the men, the military unit, the men that belong to Islam in North America. Right. Ahmad Jabril, thank you. Lock in NOI.org. You can get the full info. But that was a good question. That was a great question. Compton Low, shouts out Hub and the Dub. But yeah, these characters though, they scared. Everybody talking God, God, and people they love to talk God because they just got too many excuses. And this is no disrespect, but like people get they PC'd up or they turn snitch or whatever, stuff like that, that might have happened in the streets or in the jail, and then they find God. Okay, that's great. All your past, all that whatever can be forgiven. But don't use God as a shield for your cowardness. God don't like cowards. You can't be a coward and come over here and act like you with him. He gonna do you worse than the niggas that you was running from. The real God gonna do you worse if you think you can come to him and being a coward. No, you got to come over here and man up. You actually got to redeem yourself. If you ran over here from some weak snitch, whatever, a weak, and God gave you mercy, no, you got to work it off over here with manhood demos. You got to do manhood life, serious demos. Demonstrate that, you really with this change of life business. And if you ain't, it's some real followers that's going to make sure you are, that's going to hold you accountable. Yeah. So that's what I want. I want all these little religious holy roller hypocrites. And you see me, I'm t-shirt, what I'm saying? I'll be stuttering and cussing still. I don't claim that I'm holy. I just claim my God is. I know who the real true and living God is. That real God, that real Elijah. That Jesus, if you a Christian, that Jesus called on when he was on the cross. Behold, he calls for Elijah. He didn't say he called for Yahweh or whoever. He called for Elijah. Let's see if Elijah will come and save him. Elijah. Why did they say Elijah? Elijah must first come. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jesus said. Why he keeps singling out Elijah? Yeah, well, that's why I'm using Elijah to punk you with, to prove that you a coward, because you claim Elijah too, but you a coward. Spiritual hypocrite coward. Intellectual spiritual coward. Much as you talking about Master Fard Muhammad, Elijah, and Farrakhan, as much as I can call y'all a coward, and you just keep on doing it until the prayer thing hit. It was actually hitting, but I want to generate enough views and looks or whatever to where we can, so what y'all gonna do about it? Oh, I already did it. Dude turned it down though. That's like in the streets. You turned down a spiritual fade. Nigga was calling for a fade, and you turned it down. You got marked out in the name of Yahweh or Jehovah. Damn, you let a Muslim mark you out. That's rough. Jim, I read that God name in Aramaic is spelled Elah. Yeah, Elah. And pronounced Allah. Then it read that Jesus spoke Aramaic. Eli, Eli, right? Why have you forsaken me? Elephant, like Lee, light, Eli, Eli. Yeah, it's all the same. I mean, but dude's argument is that it's not the same. Dude's crazy argument is that, we talking about two different gods. So let's call on them then. If we talk about two different gods, then let's call on them. You call on yours. You call on who you say is the real one in public against me, and I'm calling on the real one I say against you in public, and I already did. You just didn't want to do it against me because you knew nothing wasn't going to happen. Not to me, but watch what happens with you. Watch what happens to you and your leader, whoever taught you that. Hopefully your leader ain't the one taught you that, or if your leader did taught you that, it's going to hit him first. It's going to hit him the most, I should say. I'm going to say first. It's going to hit him the most. It's going to hit the leader of that BS the most. Obviously, y'all been saying that against the nation. It ain't hit us. Farrakhan is 92 years old. He didn't watched all of his enemies kick the bucket. You know what I'm saying? You're not in his age group, his peer group. All of his peer group is gone. See what I'm saying? That's how much of a champion, perfect record he is against his enemies. So I'm in y'all age group. So me and y'all supposed to run it. Don't try to run it against Farrakhan. Run it against somebody your own age. Well, I'm actually older than y'all. Run it against me. No. You don't want that. Y'all want to rock them Soul Sonic Force? Nah, let me not clown. Because I don't even need to mock your God, even though Elijah was mocking y'all God. Elijah was mocking his ops God. So maybe I'll reread the story of Elijah tonight. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me do that right here. I know y'all ain't really trying to hear that, and I really ain't either, but let me just do this, and that might be the way I can end this live. I'm gonna end it with 1 Kings 18. Somebody said I got jumped at the 1 Kings. 1 Kings was a strip club in LA. 1 Kings 18. Yeah, it was about right. Strip club. Yeah, Dawn said, I'm trying to tell you, spirit of truth ain't to be played with. Hold on 1 second, then I'll be off of here. 1 Kings, Elijah. Yeah, it's supposed to be 1 King 18. Oh, okay, my bad. Got you. 17 to 40, I think. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna do this and then we get up out of here just so y'all can have a context. I know y'all don't care about all this Bible talk BS, but since they do, I'm gonna give them what they claim to believe in, and we get up out of here. Share screen. Bang. There it is right there. Let me make it wider so y'all can just see it good. All right. So this is First King Strip Club in LA. Now, First King starting with verse 16. So Obadiah went to meet Ahab and told him, and Ahab went to meet Elijah. When he saw Elijah, he said to Elijah, "Is that you, you troubler of Israel?" You know, he said he was Israel, remember, right? My man Tazariak and them, they said they was Israel. I'm Elijah. So I'm Elijah and they're Israel. I have not made trouble for Israel, Elijah replied, but you and your father's family have. Mm, mm. You have abandoned the Lord's command and have followed the Baals. Now summon the people from all over Israel to meet me on Mount Carmel and bring 450 prophets of yours who eat at Jezebel's table. So Ahab sent the word throughout Israel and assembled the prophets on Mount Carmel. Elijah went before the people and said, "How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, then follow him. But if Baal is God, then follow him." So you claiming that we got two different gods, Tazariak and your camp or your leader, Johanna, General Johanna. This is exactly the same context that I'm calling you out on. But the people said nothing. Then Elijah said to them, "I'm the only one of the Lord's prophets left. Y'all don't represent the real Lord. I'm the only one doing. Y'all can be 450 in number, but Baal has 450 prophets. It's just me. It's Elijah that's clowning them. I'm fading all of y'all. I'm finna take 450 of y'all." And then he said, "Get two bulls for us. Let Baal's prophets choose one for themselves and let them cut it into pieces and put it on the wood and not set fire to it. I will prepare the other bull," this is Elijah talking, "and put it on the wood and not set fire to it. Then you call on the name of your God, and I will call on the name of my God, the Lord, the God who answers by fire. He is God." Right? Whichever God answers by fire, he is God. I'm saying answer by ass whooping, answer by a curse or a chastisement on the individual. So he's just naming the criterion that he won't. They agreed that it's going to be strike a altar or whatever, a bull, some meat by fire, and then that's what they agreed on. They didn't want to agree on nothing. Cowards won't agree on nothing. Then all the people said, "What you say is good." So they agreed that to those terms. Like the cowards didn't want to do no terms. He said, "Anything I'm saying is evil." Then it says, Elijah said to the Baal, "Choose one of the bulls and prepare it first, since there are so many of you, since y'all so deep. Call on the name of your God, but do not light the fire, because God is going to have to light it. We're going to prove whose God is God, because God going to light the fire." So they took the bull given to them and prepared it. Then they called on, excuse me, no Diddy, may as well be. Then they called on the name of Baal as their God, Jehovah, whoever you calling on, from morning till noon. And Jehovah answer us, they shouted. But there was no response. No one answered. And they danced around on the altar, and they had the altar that they had made. They danced all around on it and shouted all night long. At noon, Elijah began to taunt them, mock them. "Shout louder," he said. "Surely he is a god. Perhaps he's in deep thought, or he's busy, or he's traveling." He started mocking them and clowning them like I'm finna do. Maybe he's asleep and must be awakened. So they shouted louder and slashed themselves with swords and spears, and as their customs, until their blood flowed. And at midday had passed, and they continued their frantic prophesying until the time for the evening sacrifice. But there was still no response from their God. No one answered. No one paid attention. Ouch. You sound like a real demon. You sound like you stupid. You sound stupid. You don't know the Bible. Well, this is the Bible we're reading right here. Then Elijah said to all the people, come here to me. They came to him. He repaired the altar of the Lord, which had been torn down. Elijah took 12 stones, one for each of the tribes descended from Jacob, to whom the word of the Lord had come, saying, your name shall be Israel. So he's checking them about the real Israel. He come and establish the real Israel and the real tribes, lay down the real law. With the stones, he built a new altar in the name of the real Lord, and he dug a trench around it large enough for 2 seahs of seed. He arranged the wood, cut the bull into pieces, and laid it on the wood, cut the bull, the bullshit. Then he said to them, fill 4 large jars with water and pour it on the offering and on the wood. Fill the jars with water. This is how much he clowning. He calling for fire, but he said, matter of fact, let's make it hard. Let's fill the 4 jars with water and pour the offering on the wood. So it really ain't supposed to be able to catch fire. And then he said, do it again. He said, do it again. And they did it again. And do it a 3rd time. Put more water on it. Drench it with water. And they did it a 3rd time. And the water ran down around the altar and filled the trench. So at the time of the sacrifice, the prophet Elijah stepped forward and prayed publicly in front of all his people. Lord, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known today that you are God in Israel, and that I, Elijah, am your servant and have done all these things at your command. Let me stop right there. Wow. Maybe that's why they shivering in their boots, shivering me timbers in them Soul Sonic Force boots. Y'all Zulu Nation or y'all the Israel Nation? What's going on? Answer me. Lord, answer me, so these people will know that you, Lord, are God, the real God, and that you are turning their hearts back again. Because he wanted them to turn their hearts back to him. He wasn't trying to destroy them, but eventually at the end of the story, something happens. Let's keep reading. He wanted to save them. He wanted to turn their hearts back to the real, true, and living God that had proven for the last 90 years was the real God, 95 years. But hey, they Johnny come lately, they had other ideas. Let me get this off the screen. Then the fire of the Lord fell and burned up the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, and the soil, and also licked up all of the water that they had poured in the trench. When all the people saw this, they fell prostrate on their face and cried, Lord, the Lord, he is God. The Lord, he is God. Elijah's God is God. The people had to see it. It had to be a public demonstration to make believers out of the people because they outnumbered. This was 450 prophets that outnumbered this one little dude, Elijah. And he's clowning them. And he's making his altar super difficult, filled with water. And he called his God. And it says, then Elijah commanded them, seize these 450 Baal prophets. Don't let anyone get away. Uh-oh. They seized them, and Elijah said, or they seized them, and Elijah had them brought down to the Kishon Valley and such there. And that, I'm not even going to speak on that. I'm not even talking about that. We don't even got to go there. We don't even got to go there. That's the part you're scared of. Which one sound like more of a demon? Me for just calling for what I'm calling for, and we can say, okay, it's just a spanking or whatever, and let the God just do this. Because I could have just went there with Elijah and said, pray for, like the Quran say, tell them to invoke death if they're truthful, because they're claiming that they're the chosen people. So because they're claiming that they're the chosen people to the exclusion of you, and they saying that you cursing your God is fake, tell them to invoke death then. Tell them to put their life on it. Tell them to pray to me or to their God to put their life on it. And then the Quran said, and they'll never invoke death. They'll never agree to that because of what they guilt and the dirt that they know their own hands have already sent before. I didn't know that. I didn't know that the Quran was that accurate, that they was going to punk out exactly like the Quran said they would, because I wouldn't have punked out. I would have been too prideful to punk out, me personally. I probably would have just went out, I would have went out in the flames or whatever, because my pride wouldn't let me get punked like they did. So my pride would have went before my destruction. I wouldn't let them do me like that. But I wasn't calling for no slaughter. I wasn't calling for no, physical violence. I was calling for exactly the same principles, the same type of challenge, demonstration, showdown that Elijah did. Doing the same thing he did. Start mocking them, start clowning them, start roasting them. Yeah, I'm doing it. It's just the 2025 version. But I don't know the Bible. I'm a demon. I'm stupid. I'm clout chasing dude. Like, no, I want your leader. I don't even want you. I want General Yohana, whoever taught you that. Whoever taught you what you know, what you told me. That's who I want. Because obviously you a coward. You don't want to do this. I want one of y'all people that want to do this. You know what I'm saying? And we could do it if you believe this happened literally. I don't believe this happened literally, right? But I'm willing to do the exact same challenge. You know what I'm saying? I won't even limit my God. If you believe this happened literally, we can do the exact literal thing right here. How about that? We can build an altar and find some little pieces of bull meat, some cow, and put it on the altar and do the same rain dance that y'all, say y'all was doing. Soul Sonic Force, Planet Rock dance or Planet Rock outfits. And we can just see how it turns out. I'm not sure. I don't believe that it happened literally like that. But since you do, let's run it. We can run it like that. Anybody want to do that? Let's run this instead of running away from the fade. Let's run the challenge instead of running away from the challenge. So on that note, man, like, subscribe, share this. Share this to anybody that wants it. Share this. And God willing, I'll be back tomorrow. Like, subscribe, share. Thank y'all for the Cash App and the support and the super chats. Till tomorrow. Young Nas, would you like to?
Oh man, no, that's wrapping it up. Peace and love, y'all. Yeah, y'all can't see me.
Peace and love, yeah, all of that. You know what I'm saying? We willing to sacrifice our whole little family over here. These little beautiful children. We'll put them on the altar. Will you put yours? Like, no, I didn't agree to that, Pops. Yeah. You agree to that? Yeah. Yo, I'll force you. I'll tie you up and put you. No, just kidding. All right, man.
It's a joke, y'all.
It's a joke, right? YouTube streets, you know what I'm saying? I'll be on an indictment somewhere. That was which I love. But all right, man. Peace and blessings. Like, subscribe, share. Hit the like button and subscribe also to my West Coast Cam channel, a personal channel. And remember, I got a sale going on right now. Colloidal silver, ionic colloidal silver, $17 sale. 107 717 holy numbers.
Get you some for pollen season because it was kicking my buns.
Right, the pollen season, right? Absolutely. So they saying Young Nas the Mighty, salute, and Young.
Oh yes. Much love, much love.
Much love, much love. All right. God willing. Peace and blessings. We out, y'all. Peace.